Hello, everybody, and welcome to Round Robin. This is the pilot episode. This is the 0 episode. This is the episode that, whatever you wanted to call it, episode, really, because it's going to come before, I guess, really the premiere? I don't know. It's going to come before episode 1, so let's call it whatever you feel like you want to call it. But this is the pilot episode of Round Robin, a podcast where me and a couple of guests, friends, amigos, compadres, however you want to call them, give advice to the weirdest and strangest questions only found on the internet. That's right, the internet. You know the one. I am your host, Ryan Neitzey. You might not know me, so I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I'm 20 years old. I was at one point number 1 in Maryland on Marvel Cinematic Universe trivia on QuizUp, and that is something I will take to my grave. I mean, that is hugely important to me, structuring me as a modern-day human being. Probably the most important thing is I like to ask silly questions almost all the time. Any of my friends can attest to this. They know that it's probably bad, but I love doing it. I love just thinking up silly questions and asking the people, and it kind of throws them off. But a lot of my friends have gotten used to it by this point. But I like to ask like $1 million butt questions. I like to ask silly questions like, what political party does Mayor McCheese belong to? I am firmly in the camp that Mayor McCheese belongs to the conservative Republican Party. Or what if Spider-Man retired from Spider-Manning and just opened up a silk carpet store? You know, a normal little thing that he can do on the side. Make a couple more cash for Mary Jane. Who knows? Or maybe Aunt May. Maybe Aunt May is still alive. Who knows? But either way, apparently a lot of people on the internet like to ask these smartish questions on the internet daily, on the reg, as it were. And I just want to have a place where people can send them in and have an open forum to ask them, and we'll give advice, no matter how stupid or silly or smartish or crazy it may seem. So if you have a smartish question and would like to send it in, or if you find it on the internet somewhere like Reddit or Yahoo Answers is a big one that people have silly questions on. You know it's true. Send those questions in to email address roundrobinpod@gmail.com. That is roundrobinpod@gmail.com. ROUNDROBIN, like the bird, pod, P-O-D, @gmail.com. Easy, simple. Easy, breezy, beautiful cover girl. But I wanted to give an example of how the podcast is going to kind of work, kind of like the format of it all. So I recorded a little bit with some of my friends, Adam Michalak and Jen Schemp. You'll probably recognize that besides me, Adam's going to be the lower pitch voice, and Jen is going to be the higher pitch voice, because Jen's a girl and Adam's a boy. And I'm also a boy, but you can hear me talk right now, and you can probably decipher when we have the 3 people talking at the same time that this voice right now, speaking through your earlobes, not earlobes, audio doesn't go through your earlobes, speaking through your ears is me when you decipher it from the 3 people. Either way, I think this is the last question. I believe this is the last question that we recorded, and boy, is it a doozy. It is pretty strange of a question, but I love it. Again, I'm going to play you a little sample of what the podcast is going to be kind of like. So, of course, without further ado, the pilot, the 0 episode, enjoy. I think this will be our last question. Very short, very simple. Jen, actually, how about this? Jen, can I get a first name? Adam, can I get a last name? Jen first.
Any gender?
Yeah, any gender. Don't assume one. Just give you one? Yep, just give me a gender.
That's hard. I'm trying to think of a name of like somebody that I don't know.
Okay. That's a lot of people.
Dang it.
There's a lot of people you don't know.
Ronaldo.
Ooh, saucy. Adam, last name? What is it? Ronaldo?
Ronaldo.
Neitzey.
Neitzey?
Yeah, Neitzey.
Knights on
Ronaldo Neitzey.
No relation to anyone that you know.
No relation. Okay, last one. Very, very short and very quick.
Answer is no.
How do I unbake a cake?
God damn it.
Well,
I made this cake and I didn't mean to make
yeast
the cake.
has already risen. You're done for.
No.
There's no yeast in cake.
Let's see. Let's do science.
There's no yeast
So if
in
the
cake.
opposite of hot is cold, couldn't you just like
freeze the cake?
Yeah.
I think that makes sense.
I don't know how to bake, so.
But not like just put it in the freezer.
I don't know how to bake.
You gotta like flash freeze it.
Flash freeze it?
Yeah. Like dry ice.
Dry ice, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, are all the ingredients? gonna
Because
come
since
out?
the chemical reaction happened in
Yeah,
the
but what
oven,
do
you have to create another chemical reaction.
I like the idea of you bake a cake.
You bake your cakes and you're like, nah, I want egg whites, and then you gotta unbake the cake to get your egg whites back.
Oh yeah, and you just put it in. So you put it in the freezer, and then you wait like an hour, and then you open up the freezer, and it's like each ingredient is in this case by itself. So it's like eggs are here. Here's the vinegar
in their own containers.
Vinegar?
Their own containers.
Do you put vinegar in a cake?
I think so. Don't you?
Vanilla?
No.
you mean?
I don't know. I haven't made a cake in forever. I want
You
to.
should not make a cake ever.
Like
not even in the.
I'm one of those people that are like almost like type A, where I have to go exactly by the directions. Are you like one of those people? My sister is like people are like, it's. My sister said. I remember one time we were making dinner, and my sister said something along the lines of like, cooking is art, so it doesn't really matter. Like, you don't have to follow the rules.
That's what my mom does.
I was like, Carrie, you're not a professional cook. I don't think you can say that.
No, I have to follow the directions, but my mom just like puts whatever she wants in it.
She can't cook. Don't tell her.
I cannot cook at all.
I didn't say anything. I didn't
no,
say anything.
No one. Karen and my dad. We cannot.
What's
cook.
your dad's name?
Mitch.
Mitch. Is it Mitch Neitzey?
I like it.
It is Mitch Neitzey, yes.
Mitch
I like
Knights
it.
me.
Karen and Mitch. Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
I ship it.
But we are terrible cooks. The Neitzeys are known for their terrible cooking. We've gotten better with the help of.
Is it hashtag takeout daily?
Oh yeah, in like years ago, we would go to restaurants almost every single day. We would have maybe a meal in the house once a week, and it's usually spaghetti. Like that's how bad it was.
We used to do that
good.
too, and then my mom lost her job.
Ew.
No, not lost her job. She like got taken down, so we had to like cook, which was no problem because like the only problem is my dad would. Here's this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm moving my mic.
Oh, he's getting serious. He's getting serious.
Here's the
Like,
thing.
take your
If
retainer
you ever
out serious.
steam something, okay,
Mhm.
if you ever steam something, like it's hard to burn, but somehow my dad would steam Brussels sprouts and burn them. You know how hard it is to burn things while steaming them?
Oh, Paul.
Literally so hard. You have to like forget that you're cooking. Like you have to forget you're cooking and just like what's that smell? Oh wait, I'm cooking food. Oh, right. And then sometimes he'd be like, "Oh, what do you want for dinner?" And I'd be like, "Pasta." And he'd be like, "Cook it yourself."
That kind of reminds me of
Classic.
terrible cooking mistakes. My sister, the same sister that said that cooking is an art.
Carrie?
Carrie,
It
yes.
is an art.
How do you spell Carrie?
Guess.
Carey.
No.
Carrie.
No. Oh, like the movie? No, it's Cari.
Carry me.
Oh,
home.
okay. No, I have a friend that spells it like
I like how
Carrie.
you're just trying to find out more about my family's information through this recording.
Well, okay, because
What shoe size
when
is
you
your
say
mother?
Carrie, when you say Carrie, I don't try and picture the person. I try and picture like how you spell it, because that's the kind of person I am.
Oh,
She
hold on.
can be ugly,
'Cause there's
but
so
I
many-
want to know
yeah,
how
I don't
you
care
spell
what she
her
looks like.
name.
I don't have any idea what she looks
I've-
like, but
I've
I
met
want to
her-
know how
I've
you
met your
spell
mother.
it.
So
Twice.
one time when she was making cookies,
What kind of
she
cookies?
was not really. I think they're chocolate chip
Who
cookies.
was making cookies?
Carrie.
My sister Carrie.
Okay.
She was.
Cari.
Yeah, she was making, I believe, chocolate chip cookies, and she was not reading the directions at some point, and replaced, I think it was like a tablespoon of sugar with a cup of salt,
No.
which is a huge, that's
a huge leap.
That is a huge difference.
Yeah.
I can't read, but even I would not make that mistake.
And so she made it, and then it was like, here you guys go, and then like my brother, my dad, and her all took a bite at the same time, and immediately ran to the sink and started getting all the food out of their mouth because it was like so salty. It was like eating the Dead Sea. It was like disgusting.
Do you think that you could actually eat the Dead Sea? Like, do you think you could like scoop it up?
I've eaten your
Probably.
pussy before, and that's the Dead Sea.
On that note, that is the end of the podcast.
Round one in
to thank my guest, Adam Michalak. That is Adam Michalak. You can find him on Twitter at Adam N. Michalak. And instead of spaces, there's underscores. So it's Adam_N_Michalak. You can also hear him on Wild Staying Radio at Stevenson University Radio. You can listen to him on Monday, 8 to 11 a.m. That's an early time. So in case you're driving to work or something, you can listen, turn on the radio. He's probably playing country music or rap, or he actually has a pretty good taste in music, so he's all around that gamut. I also want to thank Jen Schemp. She is at Jen Schemp on Twitter. Pretty easy, JenSchemp, Jen Schemp. You can also look her up on YouTube as Jennifer S. She is a vlogger of sorts. She has a bunch of vlogs she does. She does them, I don't know if she does them every day. I think she does it almost bi-daily. Is that a thing? Bi-daily? I guess if it is, she does it. And I know what you're thinking, Ryan, there's a bunch of Jennifer S's on YouTube. Jennifer S, Jennifer is such a normal name, probably. So there must be a bunch of Jennifer S's on YouTube. So what I would recommend for that is to look up Jennifer S Toys R Us Adventure. That is a vlog that she made with me in it. If you want to see my face, my little noggin face, that is Jennifer S Toys R Us Adventure on YouTube. We went to Toys R Us because, I mean, why not? Toys R Us is a fun place to go and have fun because it's great to be a Toys R Us kid. Also, they have a giraffe as their mascot. Like, come on. Why wouldn't you want to go to Toys R Us if that was the case? My name is, of course, like I said, Ryan Neitzey. That is at Ryan Neitzey on Twitter. Or you can also follow me on Snapchat. I apparently, as people have told me, pretty bomb-ass snaps, I gotta say. If you want to find them out, that is at Ryan Nancy, as in Nancy, the Nancy Drew novels. RyanNancy. That's how you spell it. Ryan Nancy 6. I should probably said that. At Ryan Nancy 6. If you want to find me up. If you have any smartest questions or find one on the internet on Yahoo Answers or anything, you can send that over once again to the email address roundrobinpod@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter at roundrobinpod. You can subscribe on iTunes. You can subscribe on YouTubes. You can follow on Soundclouds. All of the plural avenues, apparently. And of course, there's going to be more places of distribution soon once I figure out where and how and what I want to put them on. But probably the biggest thing to do is to tell your friends about this podcast. Tell your friends, your families, your aunts, your uncles, your cousins, that creepy guy that always has that ice cream truck sitting on the corner of the street. I mean, he has wheels. He can certainly drive around the neighborhood for a little bit, but he's not doing that. Instead, he's just like parked there, and you're like, all I want is a SpongeBob bar with little gumdrop eyes. Why you always just go somewhere else, sir? Listen to the podcast, but go somewhere else. You're kind of creepy looking. And he's like, here's your ice cream, and you're like, thank you, but leave, I guess. I mean, the youngest kid here is like 16. Like, at this point, it's just weird. You know what I mean? You know the guy. You know who I'm talking about. Either way, tell him, but of course, tell your friends to listen to the podcast Round Robin. Thank you so much for listening to this episode, the pilot episode. Remember, think smartish. See you later.